What is up, guys? Welcome back. I'm Ben, and this is KameTrick. If you're new here, this is a channel that bridges the gap between sim drifting and real-life drifting, because I do both, and we enjoy both. So every Friday I do a live stream. We're going to get to do some drifting, and hopefully we can just chill out, have some good times, not sweat all of the stuff that's going on in the world today. Greetings to the folks who have already hopped in. The Pro, what is up? Spiffy Grooves as well. Good to see you guys. Hope that your day is going just fine. Oh, yeah, and here we are. So I am just going to do a couple of things to get set up. We are getting ready to go slide. I just have a few things that I need to get configured. Had a request to add a pedal, what would you call it? Telemetry, etc. Pedal information. So let me make this visible for you guys and position it somewhere halfway decent above my little foot pedals here. Not quite that high. There we go. That'll work. Ryan, hey, good to see you. Yeah, Forest Park. It's a great map. Let me see. I've just got to position chat here, as I often do. I'll pop that down there. And any minute, we should be pretty much good. And I'm really hoping that the stream stays healthy today, because I really don't know what to expect. There's a lot more people on the internet hanging out, watching Netflix while they are all quarantined. So that being the case, I'm not completely sure if we're going to experience some lag or a delay, both in terms of playing as well as for the stream itself. Jaden, hey, hello from Australia, man. Good to see you. Thank you for checking out the stream. How are things over there? I know here in the States, it's pretty intense. I think worse than people are making it out to be, worse than perhaps it actually is. So that's always exciting. But measures like this are important to take now, so that hopefully everything, we can look back on it and say, we got through it. Not a big deal. The Pro asked, have I fixed my e-brake? I have not actually fixed it yet. I'm just really enjoying that keyboard e-brake life, apparently. Oh, here comes somebody jumping in. I'm not actually drifting yet. I should probably start with that. So I suppose we'll get on to it here. So we're just going to start in second. See if I can get warmed up a little bit at all. You guys, as always, do let me know if the audio is not a good balance. Got a little keyboard e-brake action going on right there, which you won't be able to see, I don't think, but it's always kind of amusing. Almost no e-brake through that section. That was all right. Okay, so we are off to an okay start. It seems like the stream is working all right. I know there's a bit of a delay in the broadcast. It's at least 7 seconds, I have discovered. I think shout out to Bandit or Toro, probably, for telling me about that. I knew there was somewhat of a delay, but it works a little bit differently than I thought. It actually, how should I say this? It will just like straight cut off when I go offline, and I thought it would finish playing out what it had recorded, but that's not how it works. Whew, a little too much there. But I'm trying to get through that section with absolutely no side brake or e-brake. seems to be working. You guys will also have to keep an eye on the foot cam. I picked up a Logitech Brio because of its wider field of view. Like, seriously, I bought an entirely new streaming camera for my feet just because I want it to be a better quality image for you guys. I felt like the last one, a little tap there, was my my Logitech C920. I just felt like it was a little too claustrophobic, a little too tight, but I didn't have a whole lot of options for where to mount it. Unfortunately, it was just one of those things I didn't really consider very aggressively when I was building this rig. There we go, no e-brake run, nice. Maneri, hey, what is up? Matt, good to see you. Yeah, I bet so. How are things in Ireland? Is it locked down? Are people panicked? Is everybody chilling? Was it surreal? Were things open for St. Patrick's Day? Or was it all closed? God, that would be terrible. Ooh, almost got too sideways there. It's important to check in on your homies during this difficult time. So definitely you guys check in, let me know roughly where you're at and what kind of stuff are you seeing. Oh, a little tap, I knew that was going to be a bad one. Maneri, we are, if you just search on the server list for KameTrick, you will find us. And the server details, as always, are in the KameTrick Discord, which is linked out from the description. Yeah, I did install I installed well, didn't install, but I'm using a lighter smoke mod as well for a little bit better streaming performance, a little bit better visibility as well. Oh, dude, I am so sorry, bro. Into tandem we go. I threw to way too much angle there. Good times. And too distracted by the left foot braking. Something I gotta work on always. Matt says all the stores and streets are pretty empty. St. Patrick's Day was basically canceled. No parade or pubs. Dude. That hurts. That hurts my soul. Probably helps my liver, but it hurts my soul. Well, hopefully it was for the best, you know? Hopefully that saved people's lives, and it's going to get us through this faster. That's kind of the key at this point. We still have, like, the groceries and everything are open, and they look pretty normal. It's not bad. We have the Super Bowl here in the States, and it kind of looks like how the stores look during the Super Bowl, where you can tell that they've been picked through and people have definitely bought like a lot of things. I guess not all the same items are particularly sold out, but you know, you get the idea. You can tell that it's been pulled through, but for the most part, it's really not so bad. It's not terrible. So, there's that. gonna have to see if I can't find some people to drive with here. Feeling pretty decent so far today. I'm leading somebody right now. So that's always nice. And I also hope that the pedal telemetries there above my foot cam are helpful. That was a request. See Bandit back there. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna find a good spot to wait. This is not it, but at some point I'm gonna find a good spot to wait. What happens if I just duck in here? I've never done this. Oh, I can pit in. Interesting. I don't think I've ever used the pits like that there. Ah, man, I love seeing a big crew. Now would be the opportune time, gentlemen. Oh, gosh. That was not what I had in mind. We're just going to have to try the classic jumping in right here, which I'm not sure how well that'll work, but we'll see. 30 players in Forest Park. We are shredding, boys. Alright, I'm going to start behind number 23 here, Strobos. And then as people wipe, which is probably going to happen, I will either assassinate them, depending on how good my left foot braking skills are, or I will just work my way past them and work my way up to the front of this train. Well, we're 2 for 2 so far. This is like Spy Hunter, except I'm the hunter. Catching up to my buddy Bandit. And yes, packing the server full is something that we like to do here with the KameTrick crew. I need to check the Discord stats. Oh, a little bump during transition. Oh man, he held that very nicely. I didn't think that he was going to. Usually I brake there. Maybe I enter differently and carry more speed. That was going to be a hit for sure. Too much. Nice. Oh man, I've gotten better at tandem since I've been playing this game. Bandit had to bail there. I think he was going to go into the barriers. Oh, hello! Oh shit, it's Professor. What's up, tandem crew? OTM. It's right where I want to be. It's perfectly fine. As long as I don't assassinate Professor as I get synced up with the crew here, then that will be ideal. That was cool. Now I'm farther back. I've got to adjust my transition timing. I kind of forgot there for a minute. I've got to be prepared to do so even earlier than usual here. And these guys actually tune their cars, which means I'm probably going to get left behind because I'm lazy and tend to use the stock tune. Oh, a little wall tap. We're still in it though. Oh no, that's bad. That was awesome. Bandit says, sorry, my tires had literally a tick of tread left. Is there an indicator for that? I haven't even looked. No, that was great, Tandems. That was super fun. Oh man, we're just a few minutes in and I'm having a wonderful time already. So much better than Netflix. Jaden, let's see what you got. It's not too bad here in Australia. I'm from a small country town. Oh, okay. Everybody's bulk buying toilet paper and most events are canceled or postponed. Yeah, the events being canceled and postponed is really the hardest part about all this for us right now, which, you know, if that's the worst thing that happens, then we're doing good. Although, I don't really get the whole toilet paper buying thing. Like, I get wanting to be clean and having nice hygiene and stuff, but, I mean, oh, sad. But, like, it's also not that difficult of a problem to solve. Like, I don't know. If circumstances truly get bad, there are some other things that you can do besides use toilet paper. I mean, like, I've got a 9-month-old. So, A, I've got a ton of wipes. And B, you know, if I really had to, you could always just wipe with, like, a wet washcloth and then just wash the washcloth. Like, you're gonna be fine. Too distracted. Get up to third earlier so that I've got a chance of catching this crew. Oh, that would be incorrect inputs. Got some rare understeer there. I killed everyone. Sorry, Professor. That was me being unprofessional. It's so funny, the differences between tandeming with different groups of people. And, like, who breaks when and what you have to do. Shifted up to third early, but we're just going to have to fall right out of drift. In order to make this work. Yeah, so that's what's catching me off guard is this brake-in input. Oh, I got killed, and then I killed back. Slightly before transition. Not that it's wrong, I'm certainly not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just different than what I do. Granted, I'm not usually the fourth car. I tend to be about the second or third car when I tandem most of the time. And the farther back that you are, the weirder stuff gets. I think anybody would agree on that. Oh, my bad. Stupid mistakes I wouldn't make in real life. So we'll just trade places with Bandit. Let's see how he fares here. If he does better than me, he probably will. Monster jam right here. Oh shit, loving it. A little bit of bumper cars. That's what Sim is for. you shouldn't really. You gotta practice what you want to have happen. Oh no! Yes. No. I have some comments I've got to read, but my eyes are glued to this tandem train right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'll bail. I need a second. Oh, that was the best. Yikes. Oh my goodness. Let's see, so the Pro says laptop is not quite able to handle the power. Let's see. If you pull up the Tires app from the side menu, there's a Tires app. Oh, so there is. Let's see that. I'm just curious. Huh, how about that? Well, all I can say is the tires on this car last way longer than the tires on mine, but it doesn't matter because my car would have overheated by now. That's cool. I'm going to mess with that occasionally. That's neat. Maneri, could someone send me an invite on Discord? Just seeing the other Kame server, I got everything I need. Yeah, so if you go into the Discord for KameTrick and you go to KT announcements, the server link is in there. Pro says I can't drift that well. Maybe it's because of 30 people. Yeah. Yeah, this is like drifting at Ebisu, where there's so many cars on track that even if you want to like get warmed up a little bit, you pretty much have no choice but to be tandemed with or tandem with someone else, because there's going to be a train. He says I've been drifting in ADC cars too much. That's fair. Flex Pickle, what is up? I tried the other Assetto launcher like you said, but it crashed. So Content Manager crashed. I don't know if I can provide support in the middle of driving, but probably the best thing to do if you're having issues is to hop into the KT Discord, because there's over 1,000 people that are in there, and they can definitely help you figure stuff out. And a lot of them have been doing Assetto more than me and have experienced more errors, because really my setup basically, I'm not trying to humble brag here, but my setup tends not to have problems. And because it doesn't have many problems, I don't have much experience fixing problems. Car fell out of drift, so did I, which is okay. Better that than plow into the side of them like that. Oh, I killed him. I am surprised by how much I moved them just then. Oh, too soon. Getting kind of sloppy here, but that's all right. I think I have a ton of traction on these two since I bailed to the pits earlier. all over that left foot brake. Yeah. Actually ended up tagging the inside wall pretty badly there. We're all just going to go back to pits on that one. The Pro, yeah, mine is 64-bit. That will be difficult. That's one of the biggest issues, of course. Oh, for Flex, yeah, because some of the mods only work with 64-bit. Also, I just want to shout out this guy right here. Look at that gangster lean with the camcorder. That is an old school, like, cassette-based recording device. You don't see those too often. When are we going to get spectator models that have the Ronin gimbals and stuff? Like, we got to get at least into the mid-2000s here, people. There's PB Careless. What's up, man? Well, I just teleported to pit, so I guess we won't be driving with you. I think I'm about to have some passers-by. So we got a group of 3. Oh, I dropped a tire. I'm gonna end up getting passed. Well, that was very polite, but I ought to have gotten passed. I deserved it. I was going way too slow to wait for it. Pro says JoJo Pose Menace. Exactly! I saw that as soon as I loaded the game today, and I don't think I've noticed that before on Forest Park, but that cracked me up. And now people are backwards. I don't even know what happened here. We're off-roading, we're facing the wrong direction. I'm getting up onto a car that I have no idea what's going to happen here. Let's figure it out. Let's just dive in. Doing a James Dean move here, unintentionally. No offense, James. Oh no! But at least certain instances that people have griped about, where it was like the chase car had almost no angle compared to the lead. In that case, I was just having a little bit of difficulty getting myself into the position that I wanted to be. And again, some of that is from having a keyboard e-brake. And it's funny, you know, people mount the pulley brakes right here because it's close to the wheel, so you don't have to lose much driver confidence, or like, you don't have to lose much control ability when you go to grab the e-brake. You can just get at it really easily. And mine is stock mounted, it's down here normally, so I'm pulling up like this. And a lot of people go to the pull back style because they can mount it closer, thinking that the pull down style is too far. But all those people who think that's too far, they really just need to experience a keyboard e-brake that's way the heck over here, because, man, I don't mind my keyboard e-brake, but there are definitely some instances where I just don't feel comfortable going over there looking for it. It's just too far away. Although at some point I'm going to joke and put a keyboard e-brake into my real car. It probably won't work. I'll just press it and goof off in a video. We'll see. It's the worst situation too, being compared to Wang's angle. Yeah, that was the worst. Because you're right, if it was maybe half of the field, then it probably wouldn't be too bad. But Wang especially, it's so evident. Here's MWM Matt. Oh, and we're gonna definitely mash into the wall here. I'm gonna teleport back. The Pro has notified me that someone disliked the stream. Hey, that's alright. It's not for everyone, and it doesn't have to be for everyone. That is okay. But it is kind of funny. I don't have too many haters. I think my worst dislikes is like 300 or 400. but it was a very popular video, so what can you do? What we can do is enjoy drifting with friends instead of stress about coronavirus. Oh man, left foot brake spins this car. Which is weird because I feel like it doesn't quite do that in my real car. I'm going to have to experiment with it more once I get it fixed. How many of you guys saw my last edited video? Oh, everyone is gone. We'll just take this rude shortcut here. Spam the like to counter. By all means, please do. If you haven't already, hit that like button. No pressure though. God, that is a train and a half. Of course, we're in a decent one ourselves. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. You're being polite. Not running into everybody. Unlike me. I guess it's my bash, so I can be rude. As everyone just dives through. Holy shit. Now this is a tandem train, boys and girls. I kind of want to go for the pass. I'm going for it. I'm going to catch wall. We're just going to do the bobsled technique there. That's fine. Alright, let's do a fast KameTrick entry. Too fast? Too fast? Oh, maybe too fast. No, the arc wasn't quite right. Oh god. I must have ran over something, some artifact in the map there. I caught big air. I didn't know there was a jump on this track. Wow, my tires are so new, I'm not really able to go slow enough to drive with everybody here. Like I'm making these bad moves and then all of a sudden just catching up effortlessly. So we've got an SC300, then a 180, then an S13. Oh, I'm just not paying enough attention. Then my S13. And at least one car behind me. Just gonna let them all go by. I'll hop into the back of this train. Oh my. Is it worth it to rear-wheel drive swap a front-wheel drive car for drifting? I think not. That's just my opinion, granted. But it takes a lot of time and effort and money to do that, and it would be time, effort, and money much better spent getting seat time. And the way to get seat time is by straight up purchasing a car that's already drift worthy. That's my opinion, but there's no right or wrong answer. It's what you want to do, of course. Going up to third here, trying to catch up a little bit. Knowing that we're going to have to jump onto the brakes again here in a minute. I'm just gear limited because I haven't adjusted this car, and there are multiple places where I need a little bit more flexibility than the stock gearing is actually going to give me. I've got to catch a different train. I might tap the gearing on this car just a little bit more in the direction of top speed, just a few miles per hour. Hopefully that will help. Yeah, just my 2 cents. Let's see what it's like now. I've got a little bit more gearing in second. JT Pro, hey, what is up, man? Hey, I joined, but my wheel clamp is broken. The bolt is stripped. I've contacted Thrustmaster and they haven't gotten back to me. Yeah, I hate to hear that. That is, oh god, that is horrible timing, now that I think about it. I guess I should be glad that the only thing I've had broke is my e-brake. And it's really just because I haven't had time to actually fix mine. Too much. It's alright, we're just gonna hang back, or not. Just gonna wait. That is horrible timing. Yeah, I'm sure it's taking them a minute. They're not gonna be as accessible as normal from all of the coronavirus stuff. Dang, dude, I hate to hear that. Well, thank you for tuning in, at least. You can always enjoy some hangouts over the good old-fashioned computer internet. Cutting some, well, I've got some tandem partners I've attracted, so that's great. But otherwise, we're just cutting some chill laps. See how this longer second gear feels. Feels pretty good. Gingerly tapping that e-brake. I got on throttle way too late there. Little safety bump there. Of a train am I leading right now? No pressure. Back to the pits and see if I can't meet up with this crew again. Oh, I can get in behind Professor. I'll take that. What's up, Professor? He's probably streaming on Twitch. At some point, I'm going to start multi-streaming, and I'll get on the Twitch as well. But until that day comes, you can always check out the OTM crew. Several of them on there. OTM Professor's one of the homies. He's in that new WDT Street S14, and it is a beautiful model. Nice aggressive styling on that car. It looks great. And eventually, oh dang it. Maybe, maybe not. Eventually I will pull into formation behind the rest of the crew. God dang. So much left foot brake. I don't even know what that was about. I'm not even sure what to think of that. I really want to go out with those guys, so let me try this again. I know somebody's going to take that comment out of context, but we'll have a chance to catch up on chat. Yeah, agree with the pro about not trying to do a full drivetrain swap on a car. That's stuff that you do in Forza, not stuff that you do in real life. Forget all that mess. We're going to try and take a little bit of a shallow line here to catch up. It'll work on this turn right here. Oh, nobody knows what the hell's going on anymore. Trying to mildly get out of the way. So third gear is just not fast enough for that. Cody, is it bad I forgot today was Friday? Ouch. Man, is life just that busy, or is life that empty, like in the sense that everything's closed? Because it could be either one. Like for me, I work with communications and technology, so my job is having everybody go remote, and as a result, all these people who have never been allowed or wanted, frankly, to go remote before are now in a situation where they have to, and that kind of means that it's hectic for those of us who are trying to support them. However, I'm just happy to be, still employed, to be in a situation where my job skill can continue to be used, honestly. Cody. Yeah, so we've got 30 cars in the server. Well, we're down to 26 now. Wasn't paying attention to my line here, but I think it's... Nope, it's not. I tapped it. So we've had some awesome tandems just before you hopped in, and I'm kind of catching trains that are on dead tires, and I'm on super grippy fresh tires. And left foot braking is a skill that I'm still improving, so I'm having some good opportunities to do it as a result. However, it's also a pain because I'm much better at matching up to cars that are able to go at similar speeds to mine, which has not been the case for a lot of the day. Uh-oh. Oh, yay, teleport to pits. Boo. That happens to me so often, where you see somebody wipe in front of you and you don't think they're going to teleport to pits, and so then you screw yourself up when they do, and you're just in a bad spot. So that's a great time. A bit of both at the moment. Okay, fair enough. How's your local grocery? Is it picked completely clean like a zombie film, or is it kind of okay? Spiffy says at one point a couple months ago, I thought it was Monday. It ended up being Friday, and I've never been so relieved. Oh man, I know the feeling. I had the worst thing happen to me a couple weeks back. I dreamt that I got up, took a shower, got dressed for work, and then got back in bed. And so then when I woke up, I was like, I got time, and just stayed in bed. It was hilarious. needless to say, I wasn't quite on time that day, and usually I'm very solid about being on time. But we got one coming around the bend, and that Morel. Dang, Cody says the store's completely dry, can't even get ramen. Can't even get ramen? One of the fun things about Sim is that you can drive with all kinds of people, and I think we can see Strobos here in front of us is probably on controller, because if you look at the front wheel, you see some pretty quick corrections with little tuh type moves, which is fine. I got love for controller drifters. I feel for them in Assetto though. I'm gonna help you keep a little bit of angle there. It's just not. Yeah, that was just a bad time. It's just not that easy to manage. JT Pro, well, if it's rear-wheel drive, you can usually drift it. Manual is recommended. Yes, that is pretty much the gist. What are what are some of the rear-wheel drive cars that are around? Like, they don't have to be JDM, but I'm just curious what you guys have in the Philippines. Preferably something with a little power too, like maybe, I don't know, maybe 200 wheel would be nice. Doesn't have to be a lot. Just not like, you know, a 1.5 liter single cam type of setup, honestly. Oh, big old aggro entries. Yeah, buddy. I'm pretty pleased at that. Wasn't the best in terms of potential wall rides, but it was okay. Here's one of our new Discord members, PB Careless Gaming. Shout out. How you doing, bud? I'm gonna try to follow you for a minute, so I'm gonna give you some space. Just wanna watch you drive. It looks like you're still figuring either the track, the car, the game out, all the above. That's all right. We all got to start somewhere, and this is a much easier place to start than in real life. Drift Fanatic is rockin' and rollin' in that 8.6. I don't know what's up with the road mesh and the grass there, but it looks like it's pretty spiky. That's good. Oh, couldn't get all the way out to the wall. Ooh, this is gonna get dicey fast. Yep, that's a bad time. I'm dead. Spiffy Groove says, same, no pasta, no rice, no ramen, I barely got milk. Yikes! I'm in the middle of the country, so it's, like, generally the coasts get hit the hardest by anything. Whether it's, like, good things, like fashion or JDM cars, well, I don't know if fashion is good, but you get what I'm saying. Like, trends and stuff come to the coast first, and slowly work their way in to the middle of the country, so I feel like the panic has been less bad out here. The strain on people, like, prepping and stocking the stores, or stocking their shelves rather, has not been quite as difficult. But still, it's just a wild thing to see. JT Pro, KameTrick. Oh, I learned manual. It was really fun. Now I can't get my mind off of it, and luckily I'm still getting money from my job even these times. Yeah, that's good, man. What's your industry? My friends who are working as like mechanics and body shop workers and paint booth guys, so far the car guys are doing okay, but most of the car guys that I know. But I feel for anybody though who runs their own small business right now. Like, if I had gone full-time YouTube, actually YouTube might be somewhat stable, but it's hard to say because ad revenue is probably going to dip while all this uncertainty is going. Like, if the stock market is hurting, then generally advertisers are going to be really judicious with how they spend their money. it would not be a stress-free time to run a small business. So I'm kind of glad that my day job is intact for the time being. Gaming Expert 264, hey, what's up, dude? Welcome back to another live stream. Thank you for tuning in. You haven't gotten infected by the zombies yet, have you? You're still surviving? Oh, that was a pretty gangster chase initiation, because I was just like, let's go, and then heavy foot brake. Speaking of, is my foot brake camera still actually working? Because my last stream with the new foot brake, it was being kind of a butt. And it would quit working randomly. Turner, what is up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Oh, I just randomly lost traction. So you came at a great time. You get to see me spin out like a noob. Oh. Spiffy's in Montana. And it's not so good as far as the store supplies and everything. Gaming Expert, how are things where you're at? Where you at? Are stores all sold out and clean, picked clean, empty? Turner, how about you? We're all just hanging out, enjoying some drifting. Since most of the real-life events are getting canceled, which sucks, we are hanging out, chatting about what's new, making sure hopefully everybody is staying employed and able to find what resources they need. JT Pro, I'm a tire tech. One of the biggest chains, but it's a fantastic shop. I have a ton of new friends there. That's cool. Ooh, an FDRX7. That's the bomb. Well, I'm glad that you are still gainfully employed as well. Those of us who are commuting to work, which, well, I'm not, but those who are going to continue to need, you know, the usuals: oil, services, tires, brakes. Let's see how we can do through here. Oh, that was not good. I shallowed up too much and got obliterated on the wall. We're gonna just jump out of the way. Still works and didn't get time stopped. Good. So Watto though. Kevin Sampson, what is up, man? Good afternoon. You must be tuning in from Europe or somewhere across the pond. It's pretty late in the evening for me. But I am glad to have you in the stream. How are things? The topic right now is like, where are you at? And how are the stores? How's the grocery? Spiffy Grooves with the $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. I super appreciate that. Let me pull off and give this a read real quick. Oh, as I just totally obliterate somebody. My bad. I'm going to pull over here next to this fire truck. Any thoughts on the Honda K-Swap for S13s? Tossing around the idea for a fun, lightweight NA build. Huh. Honda K-Swap. My brain is failing me. Is that the S2K motor? I'm gonna Google it. I'm sorry. Honda K engine. I'm trying to remember what cars that comes in. K20. Right. It's starting to come back to me slowly. Introduced in 2001 in the S2000. Okay, so yeah, that's probably the found in the H and F series in the F2K. 2 short blocks, IV Tech, Acura RSX. Okay. Yeah. I think that would be fun. I mean, there are people who are going to say it's sacrilege to put a Honda motor into a Nissan, for example. K20 Civic, okay, and K24 TSX, right. There are going to be some who say it's sacrilege to put that sort of motor into a Nissan chassis, But I, for one, think that would be really cool, and I'd be interested to try it. As far as like a grip car especially, it would be really, really enjoyable, and as a street car, you'd enjoy it a lot. For drifting, it's doable, but naturally aspirated cars for drifting are always a little bit of a challenge. You'd end up with something better than like an 8.6, but it would have that kind of a dynamic. And that is really fun in a way, because you have to just mat the gas constantly in order to keep the car happy and keep it in the power band, which is going to be kind of small. But I think it would be really unique and really fun. I would dig it. I'd love to try one. That would be super cool. I'd love to try an S2K motor and an S13. Personally, I would like to do a 2-rotor, a 13B S13. I think it's been done before by a few folks, but it just seems cool. At one point, I wanted to supercharge my KA24 dual cam. Like no intercooler or anything, just straight up supercharge it. I thought that would be really awesome. However, the logistics of making that work eluded me. I just didn't have the... Oh, that's a bad time. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I didn't have the skill set to do it. Pull over here. I'll let that slide in there. Had one message from Kevin where YouTube decided to try to block some Instagram names, but I'm down. I think that's cool. Let's see. Speaking of Kevin, where I am, all the hand sanitizer and toilet paper is sold out. Big supermarkets are struggling to keep meat on the shelves, but it's not terrible. Yeah, meat has been a little hit or miss. JT Pro, you'd want an S2K better set up for rear drive. That's true. I think that would be easier. Turner says, over here, TP cereal and milk are all sold out. Kevin recommends Third Strike Ben. Also another guy named Ben, right on. And Third Strike as well, so possibly a gaming fan. For a super cool K-Series AE Hachiroku super dope car. That's awesome. That's super cool. I'll have to check him out. Kevin, you're in Straya as well. Hey! We are all enjoying some Aussie hangouts. I've just been watching... Well, that's another good question for the crew here. What are you guys watching on YouTube during this pandemic? Do you have time, or are you one of the lucky few whose jobs are so hopping that, like for me, I actually got busier because of this. I wish I'd gotten less busy, but just happy to be employed still. However, what are you watching on the YouTubes to pass the time, or the Netflix? For me, I have been catching up on Aaron Losey's content from Lone Star Drift Week. I've not watched too many of the driver interviews. That's basically a podcast similar in nature to like what I do with Tandem Talk, which I only have one actual Tandem Talk out. However, I have filmed the second one, and I'm in the process, a little wall tap there, of editing it. I might break it into 2 parts because it's like 2 hours. Oh, too much speed. Right into the wall we go. Need more side bite. But I'm enjoying watching the Drift Week content. I've seen 2 episodes. Well, I'm watching the second episode. I think I just finished I'm about halfway or 2/3 of the way through the second ep. And it looks like such a good time. I gotta be honest with you guys though, I'm a little bit heartbroken inside that Aaron did not invite me to come along and be a part of that. I have a car that could have done it, although it happened to be broken, so I would not have had a car that could have done it, probably if there was not much notice. I have the ability to fix that car and the driving skill, however, to be honest, I wouldn't have been able to just randomly get off work like that, so it's probably for the best. But I would have appreciated the invite because it looks so fun, and I've driven several of those tracks, I've driven with several of those guys. That would have been a good time. Maybe round 2, if there is a round 2. If he does his Japan one, he's going to need translators, and so at that point, I'm definitely coming. I might end up divorced. We'll see, but I really want to go. Zebra says I'm in OK and live in a small town And all the stores probably are out of hand sanitizer, toilet paper. No beans and corn as well as meat is running low. Yeah, man, Oklahoma folks know how to prepare for the long haul. I'm in OK as well, but I'm in Oklahoma City, of course. You probably know that from watching the channel. But it's not so bad here. We have enough places to go through that we can find things. Will there be a cruising stream in the future? Man, I would love to do a cruising stream. Technically, the LA Canyons creator says to ask permission before you use, I think it says on the race department page to ask permission before using their map for like live streaming, which I'm sure that he'd be cool with it. They actually sent me the map to review, and it was just not a great time for me, so I haven't actually made a video on it yet, although I'm going to. But I wouldn't even just do like a cruising. I'd like to do a cruising / street drifting on LA Canyons and Shutoko Revival Project at some point. So that'll be a thing in the undefined future. Flex Pickle finally got a mod to work. Awesome, man. Good. Oh, I wanted to go into the pits. Zebra, I've been watching Initial D, and in 2 days I'm on 4th stage. Wow! The pro is right there. Sodium Nickel Nani. My little inside joke recently has been to say Sodium Nickel instead of Nani. It's science. If you look at the periodic table of the elements abbreviation for them, sodium is Na, nickel is Ni, so Nani. It's good times. I just want to read the chat. Today, for whatever reason, I think it's this track, honestly, I'm not reading chat while drifting as effectively as I usually do. Been watching the usual YouTubers, Boosted Boy, PFI Speed, Taylor Ray, and Chris Rudnick. Also, there's a new upload. I've been watching The Sopranos. Nice. Cody, what a fancy straw. What's in the cup today? Yeah, I told my wife was jealous of the one metal straw. I went to a thing and they gave us a metal straw, so I bought a 10-pack. This is a nice gold-colored straw because we bling it in here. And I always use the Medieval Times cup because it's huge and I can fit a lot of booze in it. So just a little of my usual poison of choice. Some rum from the Caribbean, as well as some Coca-Cola. Alright, let me see here. Just a little bit more chat catch up. JT Pro, Chris Fix, yeah. Chris Fix is cool. Seems like a good dude. He's been YouTubing for a long time. These guys are fucking giant. Look at this dude. This guy's knees come up to like my mirror. Are you seeing that? That guy's like 7 feet tall. That's hilarious. Alright, well that's creepy, but I'm just gonna pull past that guy. That's a little too much. Kev Gladys is Go Man. Oh yeah, Drift Cruise. Turner says, try using less angle if possible to go a little faster. Maybe even use a little Kansei Drifto. Yeah, I can do some low angle drifting. Loving it, and the feel for Itsuki. Man, yeah, it's so funny. Everybody wants to be Takumi, and almost everyone who does is actually Itsuki or, oh shucks, the Iketani, the S13 coupe driver. Pro, I don't know that you could handle LA Canyons. It's a big map. I found Cletus sitting there. Alright, I'm gonna lead. I don't need to be behind somebody if I'm gonna be doing some low angle drifting. It's just gonna take me a second. So we're going to kick it in real big first, and then turn it down as we go. Alright, a little low angle drifting it is. We need drift with less angle, you have to be a little bit more accurate with your foot controls. I'm just going to be passing people left and right if I do this, because I'm going to be going so much faster. So you can watch the pedal telemetry and see, well, that was more than I wanted, that I'll be using the pedals to help out with that. Ideally, what I'm going to be going for, well, really it would be like a half turn of the wheel probably would be too much. These cars are set up to drift, so it makes it hard because they don't like to be at small amounts of angle. It's very easy to fall out of drift and into understeer. But something like that. This group just came out, so I'm just going to hop in behind them now that I've done a little bit of shallow angle stuff. Oh, also I'll tell you guys as well, I have a section up in the KT Discord called Tandem Talk now. It's under the KameTrick section. And in it, I have a Google form where you can drop in questions if you want to have anything talked about. I basically am doing like an Ask Me Anything. Not actually anything, because I won't talk about just whatever, but basically if you want to propose a topic for Tandem Talk, I will include that. Oh, that was a bad time. If I can, if I think it's a good fit for the series in the future. So you can find that in the Discord. And I recently got my my first question to that. I don't know that many people are aware that it's out, but it's something that in between my interviews with guests, which I'm working on my next one, it'll probably be out next week, I'm going to be able to just do little solo ones where I rant about various things if people want to hear about something. So if you want to give me some content to talk about, drop me a question. Again, the link for that is in the KT Discord, which is down in the description below. Good talk about the initial Ds, how to do max angle drifting, indeed, how to use all 4 tires to drift. Basically, that means that you're not counter steering at a big angle. You're basically not drifting the way that I'm drifting right now. It's more like all 4 wheels are sliding. It's a lot easier to do with all-wheel drive cars on power, but really under brakes is, excuse me, where that gets exciting. I ought to have clutch kicked. Translated for FD, yes, I have. Have I met Keiichi Tsuchiya? I have not had an opportunity to actually talk to him. I've been to Auto Salon and a couple of events where he was there, but no, I haven't had the opportunity to. I haven't been back to Japan very many times. Only maybe 3 times since I used to live over there. And most of the time I'm not in the big areas where there would be a high probability of seeing him at an event. I'd like to, though. That'd be cool. No, the folks I've translated for, as far as D1 Grand Prix drivers, it includes Masashi Okoi from MCR Factory, Tsuyoshi Tezuka from Kid's Heart, who's an OG, another OG, Ken Nomura. Oh, I was afraid that was going to happen. Let's see, who else? Abo Satsukawa from Abo Moon. He's not a D1 driver, but cool dude. Awesome, kind of a grassroots hero. And I think that's probably everybody. Following Sleepy Ishii in an S13. Currently practicing a little social distancing, but I'm going to try and fix that here in a second. It's kind of a weird line there, but so I followed it in kind of a weird way. So if we can't make up some distance here, we're going to go in tight. Oh, he did the same thing that I did. Now I have a chance to pass on the outside. Nani? Alright, let's send it. Okay, he's gonna go for not a feint. Little wall tap action. It does suck where you get pulled into the wall and then you're kind of stuck. Fell out of drift and got into understeer land, so I needed a little tap there. Of Johnny Depp's pirate character, Jack Sparrow. Probably deserved that. Oh, goodness. Wow, the road map on there is gnarly. See how far we can get out. Oh, just the lightest of all taps. That would have been fine in a real car. The bumper would have just kicked in a little bit. Let's see. Funimation app. Right. Getting caught up. Cody, a question will be, what are my thoughts on everybody switching to sim for their racing experience since everything is getting shut down? Sorry guys behind me. You know, if I'm doing terribly, it's because I'm trying to read. Yeah, I need to get in touch with some more IRL drivers and talk about folks who might be considering that. Riding that wall. Oh, we're dead. I hate that, where you can run through the sign. That caught me off guard hard the first time I ran this track. I just went shoo, right through it into the dirt, into the forest. That is a good question. So, toss that into the forum too, just to help me remember, if you don't mind. But for any questions that you have, I'll try to give like a diet response to them while I drive. But what would we say? I mean, I don't think it's a bad call. The real question is, for me, like when you're actually driving, it costs a lot of money, takes a fair bit of time. You're prepping the car, you're always buying new tires. So it's weird because sometimes if I can't make an event for some reason and it's not an expensive reason, like if something small in the car breaks and I skip an event and it's not costly to fix, then I find that like suddenly I've got a ton of money because I've missed an event and I've, you know, got at least 300 if not like $500 spare. And so what I think would be really interesting is this might be a good time for a lot of people to get into sim driving. Well, I clearly zagged when I should have zigged. I'm gonna go over here and watch some people drive around. There we go. We got a nice train to scope out. So what I'm getting at is if you know that drifting events are going to be canceled in your area, and if your car doesn't have a whole lot of work that it happens to need, you might find that if you skip 2 or 3 events, you might have $1,000. Like, you might have enough money, depending on what level you're drifting at and how powerful your car is, whether you're trailering and things, how far you drive. You know, you might find yourself with $500 to $1,000, and that might be the moment to get into sim, because one of the challenges as a real-life driver, even for me, the reason I didn't get into sim 2 or 3 years ago, like, I was convinced that it was worth it for a while. And then when I saw Taylor Ray do his, like, I think he had a $300 sim setup versus $1,700 sim setup, and he went to all the Fanatec gear, which is what I run. No coincidence there. When he did that, nice tandem, boys. That was the moment that I was like, I watched his hands on the wheel. I knew what his driving looked like in real life, and I said, okay, this is good shit. You don't have to, you know, babysit the wheel. It self-steers appropriately, but I didn't have $1,700 that I wanted to put into a sim at that moment, because I needed to put it into the car because I had events to get to, and events to get to, and events to get to. So I think there's a lot of people who are probably in this category where they're comfortable with the idea of buying a sim and even spending some decent money on one, but they don't think it's superior to driving in real life. And I mean, I kind of get that. If you do it in real life, that's always super fun. So it's hard to prioritize spending the money on anything other than the real car. So maybe this situation will give people the opening that they need, if they're still gainfully employed, to be able to get into it and not feel like it's coming at the expense of their real life driving, because it's canceled anyway for the time being. So that's kind of my initial thoughts. Spiffy, I believe the OG Kids Heart shop was demolished. Can't find a new local if there is one. Yeah, I've not talked to Tezuka-san in a little bit, so I'm not 100% sure, but as far as I know, he is now doing stuff with a group called Freedom Racing out of Gifu Prefecture, I believe. So you might check into that. I don't know if Kids Heart is still operating or not. If not, then he gave me a ton of stickers for translating for him. It wasn't like pre-arranged or anything, but he and Yokoi-san both just gave me, like, God, probably $50 each of sticker swag, maybe $100 if you count the shirts that I got from Yokoi-san. So those things might become some pretty rare stickers at some point. It's kind of cool. Kevin, who are your favorite U.S. pro drivers? I mean, there's few I don't like, right? So I like Chelsea Denofa for his just longevity and his kind of grassroots style. He's one of the other, like, really grassroots guys, in addition to, gosh, Forrest, although he's kind of come and go a little bit right now. And let's see, who else? Ryan Littoral. So, like, some of the guys that have kind of an old school vibe now. But I mean, if you look back and you look at like Forsberg and you look at Vaughn, like they had and Turek, they had that as well. It's just that they've been in pro for so long that people don't see that anymore. I think Forsberg and Turek are pretty cool in the sense that they started making content way early, I feel like, compared to most of the scenes, so that's pretty neat. And I mean, too many to name, really. I'm liking Matt Field more and more as I see his content from Drift Week. I don't make the time to watch a whole lot of other video creators, so I'll try to watch like, you know, one video a week for the people that I do. But if they're guys that are doing daily or something, I don't have time. I would never make my own videos, so it's always a challenge. Alright, I've been seeing too many tandems, so I'm gonna have to get back in line here behind one in a second. Oh, Cody, what section do you put it in? It is channel Tandem Talk, so it's like hashtag Tandem Talk, and it's under the KameTrick section up at the very top. Alright, who do I want to follow, guys? I see Violent running in the James Dean colors. Let's follow Violent running. I'll turn on the headlights at some point, but the steering wheel's moving and the button's on the steering wheel. There we go. Nope. Oh no, oh no. We're off-roading. It's gonna be alright. So I've ended up behind an R34 Skyline GTS-T, or whatever they call the R34 rear drives. That's a Brazil flag? Gui Molto. Working our way up here. Uh-oh. Oh no! Always throws me off when people bail. I got somebody behind me. No idea who. I never go deep enough in that section. I really need to actually try and pay attention. There's some full lock for you. There's more than full lock. Eek! Oh, that wall ride, though. Oh, we're dead. Alright, let's follow some more of the folks who have decided to join us. First up is this red AE86. This is a spin. Okay, I'm not ready. We'll follow this fine gentleman. Ruined Boy Chapo, maybe? I can't read the name tags very easily here. I do like the style changes they made to the WDT S13 Coupe. It looks good. bailed again. We've got bad luck with people just bailing out. I'm gonna find some people to follow. Here's Violent. We'll follow Violent. What plates are those? I actually don't know if I can read what plates those are. Well, in that case, the goal for this lap will be to catch back up to Violent and also to nail this turn for once and to go out wide because we're able to. Much better. Fox Arc. Koksu Acha. Hey, what is up? You got the katakana in the name? Kone no stream yokoso. Mite kurete arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you for checking out the stream. You know that I'm gonna notice a little bit of Japanese language in the chat. Oh boy. Oh, ouch, 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 ouch. Kevin, how did the two separate streams end up turning out for me? So I only tried it the one time so far, and if you combine the numbers from both streams, they ended up having about the same number of views as if I hadn't stopped the stream. I mean, from a YouTube algorithm standpoint, I think technically it would be considered two different uploads, so that might be good. Like, they would have two chances to get picked up, but I don't know that it did particularly better. I just followed him right into that slow spin. Sorry guys. I was gonna try and warm the tires up for a second and spin over there, but I'll just wait. Wicked Wolf. I forgot that we had that Godfather horn on this car. I need to get one of those for my actual car. They make horns now that you can. They've probably made them for a while, honestly, but they make horns that you can customize with an MP3 of your choosing. And I really want to get one and put some Initial D music in there. I'm going to put Deja Vu in there. Oh, I never really finished answering your question, Kevin. So because I split them in two and they got about the same amount of views, it pretty much didn't make a difference. At least not that one time. And there we go with the spin, and that's the end of that. So I'm tandem hunting at this point. So I'm going to come back to pits. I'm going to bide my time and wait for somebody that I want to chase to go on by. I tried to follow the 8.6 driven by Goat Master. That didn't prove too good for me. J2 Pro, oh my god, what? Oh my god. That would be so funny. What's up? Oh yeah, just having Deja Vu as my horn. Alright, we're gonna put it on Chapo's door here. Make it easy for me if he hits the wall. I'm gonna make it hard for myself if I spin out. Just every at a quarter and Deja Vu. Yeah, exactly, man. How could you not want that? How could I not want to spin my car out every turn? God. Yeah, I think that'd be hilarious. what I would do is I would get like an arcade button that you have to press and hold in order for it to play the music. And then I would put it on the side of the inside of the car facing sideways, like perpendicular to the direction the car travels, right? And then I would get, we're gonna go super old school. I would get an old 35mm film canister from back in the film camera days where you had to have your film exposed, and I'd put a big ass marble in there, and I would set it like at the slightest of an uphill angle next to the button, so that when I'm drifting and I'm throwing a shit ton of weight shift, it presses into the starts playing the music, and then as soon as I quit, it stops. That's what it's about. When you see somebody do that, just know that it was stolen from me. Alright, we're gonna follow S Chassis Eddie. See what Eddie's got here in his 180. I'm having some issues with this car, just picking up angle too easily and spinning really easily. Zebra, is there a track in Oklahoma? Because I'm 14. But I've been saving up for S13, preferably a hatch. I want to go to a track and learn to drift. Yeah, there are 2 tracks in Oklahoma where we drift at, assuming that events aren't canceled because of crazy pandemics. So the first one is in Oklahoma City. And it is at Southwest 15th and MacArthur. It's called MacArthur, well, it's called Mac Park, short for MacArthur, which is the street that it's on. It's not a track that you can just roll up to and drift at whenever. You have to wait until an event, oh, I'm dead. An event is scheduled there. However, we do drift out there. It's a very short, tight, and technical track. And if you search my channel, I have a video called Where to Drift in Oklahoma 2019. And it lists 3 venues, and 2 of the 3 are still operational. So that's one of them. You can see footage and basically what it's like to drive there. And then, in addition to that, there is Oklahoma Motorsports Complex, and it is located in Norman, Oklahoma. You might be familiar with it if you're also into dirt bikes at all, because they have a pretty significant set of dirt bike tracks as well as a go-kart track. I mean, it's a fairly quick go-kart track. Like, I use 3rd gear on parts of it. Oh man, I just did the same thing again. What am I doing? Anyway, it's also a pretty fun and challenging venue. It's the best venue that we have in Oklahoma as far as I'm concerned. We used to have a skid pad. The surface was getting into terrible shape, and as of this year, not necessarily because of the surface, I don't know the details. I think the owners have decided to quit renting it to us, but it's no longer available to drift on. But it's fine because, God, there were huge potholes you'd have to drift around, which, like, drifting around them is easy, but not everybody does, and so they like get bigger throughout the day, and huge chunks of concrete fly out of them. It's just a bad time. Spiffy Grooves higher on the street, and I know it's my time to go. That's right. The place is a mystery. Part of me wants chance to Boso Zoko out my S13. Get the big tailpipes. I would do something retarded too, like I'd have them come up at an angle and just go like through my V-Wave wing, because why not? That would be so fun. I wouldn't want to hurt that V-Wave wing though. Is it about time to switch tracks? It is time. There's a track change coming, my dudes. Let me hop over to... Nice, we're not dropping frames or anything. God, this is... I'm relieved. I really thought it was gonna go worse. Send a quick DM. Alright, we'll be going to our next track fairly soon. That is going to be Meteora Drift Park. And everybody who joins after this is going to be pissed because they're going to read my video description and it's going to say the wrong track. Actually, you know, I might end the stream and start a fresh stream just to see, because I really do want to know how that performs. The only real problem with that is I have to go in and like retitle and retag and stuff. I keep some of that on a clipboard so it doesn't take so long, but it's still a pain. And yes, either a star exhaust pipe or... I don't know, it kind of depends on what I do for livery, because like if I have stars in my livery, for example, then I want a star exhaust as well. G-Pots, do you tune the WD cars or just drive them as is? Most of the time, like every time that I have ever driven so far, I just drive them as is. I'm not against tuning them at all, but I'm sort of a good enough kind of guy. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. So, this is a case where, like, honestly, it drives good enough that I don't sweat trying to tune them more. Zebra says I'll check your vid out. Yeah, Miatas are cool cars. Up to Bandit here, who's probably on some tired tires again, giving me an opportunity to practice my Hidariashi braking, my left foot braking. God, that work in that keyboard e-brake. Oh, angle. Too much angle. Flubbed it. There we go, followed out nicely to the outside for a change. Too much angle in the transition. So, one of the things that I'm troubled by driving in sim, I'll share something that I'm working to improve myself on as a driver. And it only happens to me in sim right now. That may change in the future, I don't know. Oh, ouch. Oof. But I have this issue where when I get really close to a lead car, I look over and I can look really closely at the lead and focus all my attention on that. And my sense of balance, my sense of weight shift is what I use to determine whether or not I'm spinning the car or picking up too much angle and I'm in danger of spinning the car. So I keep the car stable without using my eyes. I just feel that the car is planted and not really picking up much angle. And that frees up my eyes to look at the car entirely. But in sim, of course, I don't have the ability to detect that with my body. And so what ends up happening... Hey, thank you for the sub. What ends up happening is I get really close and then I end up spinning out because I can't... Well, I don't spend my time looking at the track. Like how I don't spin when I'm leading, for example, is I'm looking at the edges of the track and I'm using that to judge how much angle the car has and whether it's stable or not, and then adjusting my gas and steering to make the car not pick up so much angle that it spins out. So I do a pretty good job of that when my view of the track is not obstructed at all. However, oh, that was gnarly. Yeah. However, when I'm really close behind somebody, two things occur. One, I can't really see the track very well. And two, I'm not even trying to look at the track. So trying to look through the lead car at other parts of the track instead of focusing just on the lead car like I do in real life is something that I could probably do, and it would prevent me from spinning, but I may not catch lead car actions quite as quickly and I might bump them a little bit more. So I'm not really sure what I want to do about that. But that's the challenge. All right, we are switching tracks. So we're going to pull back out. We'll roll to our chatting background, riding along with Fielding Shredder in this clip. And now we've got Team Take Luck, Nick Stuckey, and Brandon Wicknick. Brandon was just in our Drift Week videos. Well, not ours, but Aaron's Drift Week videos. So that's pretty cool. Drifted with him out at Sandia. It's a good time. I might want to keep that replay. That was pretty good driving. All right, let's get refreshed. We've got Meteora Race Park coming in. And I will check chat in just a second. Also, I bet that my pedal cam is now frozen because it has been freezing every time that I switch. There's Jeff Stoneback. Oh, let's see. Is my pedal cam frozen? No, it's not. Hey, that's cool. Okay. But the game crashed. That's unfortunate. Let's try that again. Probably the car was selected already. It's going to be really funny if I get booted from my own stream. We are just waiting and seeing if everything will load. Okay, it is loaded. We've still got a working foot cam for a change. Hopefully I don't have to beat this Logitech Brio up, because I'm going to be peeved if it doesn't work. We'll hop back into performance mode. There we go.